Section 51.
Hi everyone, what's up guys, DOZgeek here with Section 51. Big thanks again for your support to the channel and welcome to the new subscribers. Welcome to this UFO news video. As always, first please hit that like button and share this new video right now to keep supporting Section 51. And don't forget, of course, to watch this video until the end. Coming up today, the Canadian government may be covering up sightings of UFOs. A huge crashed disc-shaped UFO was spotted on Mars, and a UFO fleet was filmed at 39,000 feet over the South China Sea. Some previously classified event logs were acquired by Motherboard Show for the website vice.com under Canada's Access to Information Act, and they suggest that Canadian government may be covering up UFO sightings. Indeed, these documents describe sightings of unidentified flying objects by pilots to air traffic controllers and how fighter jets were scrambled to check out some of the objects, only to see them disappear from radar. Ex-Royal Canadian Air Force pilot Jock Williams, a 36-year veteran, said the reports were buried.
Somebody throws it out. Nobody cares. I don't see any evidence that there's any kind of in-depth look being taken at any of this kind of stuff, which means that nobody attaches any importance to it. You have evidence of the fact that they're aware of this kind of stuff. At the same time, you have evidence of the fact that nothing is happening. These guys are getting paid one way or the other. They might as well be investigating.
The reports included an Air Canada Jazz pilot saying he saw 3 red lights 3,000 feet above him and going slower, a WestJet pilot reporting a very bright light pass overhead of them when there was no other traffic in the area, and a Qatar Airways flight reporting a UFO over Western Alberta, amongst other things. As you must know, the Pentagon report on UFOs that was released in June 2021 warned they could potentially be a threat to the US and alien origin could not be ruled out. Apparently, it doesn't seem to be the same for Canada. Canadian government doesn't seem to understand the importance of these reports, or maybe it's just an appearance. Maybe there are still secret investigations into these reports. But how do we know? These informations completely contradict the revelations of the ex-defense minister, Paul Hellyer, who died in August 2021 and had long insisted during an interview in 2014 that aliens have visited Earth for many years.
Of course, there's been a lot more activity in the last few decades. The reason for this was that man was stupid enough to invent the atomic bomb. Aliens are frightened that we're going to use it again and that this will affect the whole balance of the cosmos.
Hellyer also suggested that there are Edward Snowden-style whistleblowers who have already revealed government knowledge of alien visits. Many people thought that he was telling the truth and that it wasn't delusion. So once again, where is the truth in all this? Who should we believe? The current Canadian government or Paul Hellyer? Renowned ufologist and virtual archaeologist Gene Ward has recently shared an unusual find. In a picture of the surface of Mars from a NASA spacecraft, the ufologist noticed the outlines of a huge disc-shaped object that, according to him, probably crashed when it collided with the planet's surface. He discovered this anomaly at a new site in Ceti, Mensa in the region Valles Marineris. The anomaly looks like a disc-shaped object which seems to have hit the surface of Mars at a very low angle and left a trench behind it. The mysterious object, about 15 meters in size, would be partially buried under the Martian soil. Gene Ward suggests that the UFO before the collision had a high speed, so the pilot of the apparatus tried to slow down its movement on the surface of the planet. The ufologist believes that even before the fall, the UFO was badly damaged, since its pilot had no choice but to make an emergency landing. And he draws attention to the fact that even alien ships have their drawbacks. The photograph analyzed here, numbered PSP 001-984-1735, was acquired by NASA's Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter on December 29, 2006. While you have to admit that this photo is incredible, it will always remain speculation about that kind of anomaly until the human being has been able to go on Mars and check with his own eyes. And it must be said that we are beginning to have more and more anomalies detected in the photos of Mars. Is it normal, knowing the 4K and more quality cameras that have been sent to Mars? This video was shared a lot on Reddit and Twitter during the weekend. It shows some UFO lights alleged to be filmed at 39,000 feet over the South China Sea. Indeed, we can see 9, then 12 lights during the time of the video. At first look, I found this video exceptional and confusing. You know that I'm not a skeptic when it deals with UFOs, but I try to be a minimum objective when I watch a new UFO video. And this time, however, I think that there is a lot of chances that it could be flares dropped by a fighter jet. Why? Because all the lights seem to fly in formation, slowly to the right, and following a line in the sky. And then they seem to drop slowly down from this line, which seems to fit with flares. Moreover, the move of the airplane gives the feeling that they are moving like spaceships. It's very easy to be fooled by an optical illusion. And if we are talking about flares, why don't we see the planes? I think that it's because we are very far from them and so they are too small to be seen. But I still have questions which make me doubt. Flares typically have trail of smokes behind them. These don't seem to have any trail at all. Or maybe the trail is not visible at that distance. So, do you have any explanation for this video? Maybe I'm wrong and you know that in this crazy world, everything is possible. It's already the end. I hope you enjoyed this new video. You can find us on social networks, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. As usual, don't forget to hit that like button and that bell button too. Don't forget to share the video and to subscribe to Section 51. You can also visit our Spreadshirt shop to get a beautiful accessory Section 51. This was DOZgeek with Section 51. I'll be back really soon. Open your eyes, watch the sky, live long and prosper.